Yo, what's goody? Today, I'm gonna be teaching you how to take the perfect picture, alright? This goes for pretty much any picture you take, whether it be on a DSLR or on a camera. I'm gonna be teaching you guys the simple tips and tricks and what I know. I never took a single photography class. I'm just all self-taught, and this is what I know. I'm gonna teach you, baby. The first tip I'm gonna give to you is to nail your composition as much as you can. You might ask, what is composition? Well, composition is basically the straightness of whatever you're taking a picture or a video of. So as you can tell, it's pretty straight, right? I'll show you how it would look if it was not straight. Yeah, this is me. It's not straight. You can tell right away. Getting a straight shot composition isn't always the easiest thing, alright? We're humans, so we're always going to make mistakes. This is when post-production comes in handy. Or even on your phone, you could crop it. You could, like rotate it a bit. That always helps. Every time I take pictures with my phone, I always make sure the composition is as straight as it can be. That being said, shot composition doesn't always have to be straight, okay? Sometimes it could be off. Rules are meant to be broken, okay? So let me show you a picture on the screen right now. It was a picture that Chris Rock posted a while back. And as you can tell, it's not straight. The composition isn't really straight, but it works, as you can tell. How can I achieve straight shot composition, you might ask? Well, I got the perfect answer for you. The answer is using the grid lines on their camera. Most devices or phones, cameras come with this feature. It's gonna give you some type of grid. I'll show you on the screen what it looks like right now. It's pretty simple, right? Yeah, it's just a grid, okay? So just enable that, and sometimes it will even tell you if it's like crooked or not. But most of the time, it's just, a grid. And that really helps out, trust me. If you're just shooting pictures or videos without that grid, your stuff is gonna come out pretty crooked. Well, most likely. The second tip I got for you is utilizing your rule of thirds. A lot of you might ask, what is the rule of thirds? Well, the best way I can tell you is, look, when you put that grid on your screen, you have to utilize one of these four corners, assuming I'm touching one of them. Sorry if I'm bad at explaining things, but the best way I can describe this is, here's a picture with the rule of thirds, and here's a picture without the rule of thirds. Now you may say, the one without the rule of thirds looks much better. Well, sometimes it can look better, sometimes it doesn't. You just really have to make sure it works. Like for me, if I were to get in one of the corners, it wouldn't work out too well for this set, because it's not, this set's kind of made for just to be something direct, you know what I'm saying? Here, I'll show you a couple more pictures on the screen with and without the rule of thirds. Look at the pictures with the rule of thirds. Look how much cleaner it looks. Look how much depth there is in the picture versus the one without the rule of thirds utilized. It just makes a big difference. The third tip I got for you is lighting, alright? Lighting is really important. Just look at this. Bam. Oh, where'd that light go? Bam. Oh, no lights. Wow. Oh, this is so dark. Actually, it's pretty dark in here. I'm using a simple softbox lighting kit that I got from Amazon for about $100. Pretty good deal. But if you don't want to buy artificial lighting, use a window, use natural light. Of course, there are downsides and upsides to using natural light. First, if you're using your window, it's gotta be big enough. Second, if it's too cloudy or if it gets dark out, then your face is probably gonna be nice and well lit to, very dark. And plus, with artificial lighting, you could take a picture, you could film anything at any time of the day. In simplest terms, just make sure you got good lighting, okay? Because without good lighting, your camera is no good. Cameras rely on lighting. The fourth tip I got for you is angles, okay? Now, for me, this works out fine. A lot of people out there say you should put your camera a little bit above eye level. And, you should never have your camera below eye level unless you're doing some type of on foot with shoes video or something. And vice versa. Make sure your camera isn't all the way up in the sky and then you gotta, look up at it. The fifth tip I got for you is crop out the unimportant stuff. If you got a trash can around, if you got garbage laying around, crop that bad boy out. If even before you make the shot, try to position everything to the point where it just looks clean. You don't capture the things you don't want. A great example of what the real photographers, also known as the fake ones that claim to know how to do photography when they don't know any of this stuff. But I always see them making the mistake of taking a picture and having so much blank space or just having so much in the picture that's not important. Don't be afraid to crop stuff out, but just don't overdo it. I'll put a picture on the screen of what good cropping versus no cropping looks like. So as you can tell, the picture of no cropping, it just has so much stuff in it that's not important, that doesn't focus on the main point of it, versus the one that's cropped, it actually focuses on what needs to be focused on. The sixth tip is cleaning the set. I pretty much just went over this. Just make sure you clean your set. If you're taking a picture that shows your bed, make sure you do your bed. If you're taking a picture with a garbage can nearby, make sure that garbage can cannot be seen in the photo. The seventh tip I got for you is to do less zooming, do more moving in. Now with this lens, that's not really too practical since it's a fixed lens, meaning it's basically zoomed in just at one focal length. If that makes any sense. Like here, give me one sec. Now here's the older lens I used to use right here. This one is the newer one that I use. Canon 50mm 1.8 STM lens. Great lens. Great quality. Pretty good autofocus. My autofocus on the camera sucks, but oh well. But you can see how I can move everything out just like so. I look like I'm a mile away from this joint. On DSLRs, this isn't really much of a problem. You can zoom in and you won't really get any type of loss in quality because it's a DSLR, But if you're gonna use a smartphone, the more you zoom in, the worse the quality gets, okay? I see a lot of people making this mistake. They seem to not know that zooming in, the more you zoom in, the more worse your quality gets, because these little tiny sensors aren't made to be zoomed in to the full max. Like sure, if you're a mile away and you're trying to take a picture of that nice car, then you don't really have much option there. So you gotta zoom in, get a blurry picture, but just try to zoom the least amount you can zoom in. Because the less zoom you get, the better picture you're gonna get. And even with these DSLRs, you still gotta apply this rule. The less zooming you do, the better, okay? The best zoom you have is your feet. You wanna use your feet, you wanna use your body, you wanna move in as close as possible so you get the perfect shot. Because not only are you gonna get better audio, but you're gonna get better video from a closer view. It's better to be closer to that car than to be zoomed in on it from a mile away, right? Yes. All right, let's get this lens back on there. And the last and final tip is to use your brain, use your creativity, do whatever you can to make your shot look more different than other people's shots. Because at the end of the day, rules are meant to be broken. There isn't really a right or wrong, but then there is in photography. You still gotta follow all these basic rules to really nail your shot and make it look professional. But still, you can take a very different creative shot that nobody's ever taken before. And with that in mind, just know that you aren't gonna get the best picture in just one take. Well, sometimes you can, but let me tell you right now, a lot of people, they take just one picture to be like, all right, smile. Okay, here's your phone. Just take one picture. Like, you're supposed to take many pictures. I can't stress this enough. I take a million pictures whenever I'm trying to get a very nice shot. And yeah, it kind of sucks going over each and every individual picture, but at the end of the day, it's either I got a miss or a hit. And usually it's a hit because, I planned ahead. I took multiple pictures. Like here, imagine taking a picture of a family or a group of people, right? You take one picture. Oh, there's that kid in the background who just has his eyes closed. It's like, no. You should have taken multiple pictures, because if you took multiple pictures, then you probably wouldn't even have that problem in the first place. This doesn't mean take 100 pictures to get your perfect picture, because 100 is going to be too overkill. The max that I usually do is about 20. And I know that seems like a lot, but trust me, you're going to get a great picture. But yeah, make sure you take a lot of pictures, because that's the number one mistake I see all these photographers doing. Taking one picture, being like, yeah, I'm gonna put this on Instagram. I'm call myself a photographer because I put filters on it. Like I said, this isn't anything too crazy. This is just pretty much the basics and the advanced mixed together. One other tip, try not to use very harsh lighting, because especially if you got glasses, then the harsh lighting, like if you just get a clamp light or even like a light bulb or even, a wall ceiling fan bulb, whatever, it's gonna be very, very harsh. And this is why I use soft boxes, because it's very nice and clean. Like, as you can tell, the shadows aren't too crazy. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I never took a single photography class, and I just never was taught professionally. I just self-taught myself all these things, And hey, maybe you can learn from me. I'm not claiming to be a photographer, okay? A lot of people think I'm a photographer because I know how to use a camera. No, I know how to use a camera, but I'm not going to call myself a photographer. Leave the photography for the photographers, okay? Like, I know what I'm doing most of the time, but still, this doesn't mean I do this for a living. There's a million different things you can do to improve your picture, but hey, here's a couple tips. I made an Instagram not too long ago, so if you want to check that out, it's going to be right here. I don't know if there's going to be an annotation, but for sure there's going to be a link down in the description. Just check out my Instagram. See how these pictures can inspire you. That's a thing with photography. Like, you got to look at other people's work. It's the same thing as art. You need to look at other people's pieces to make your own creative thought. I post a lot of behind the scenes stuff on my Instagram, so definitely go follow me if you want. I have a Facebook page as well, so if you want to check that out, link is gonna be in the description. But yeah, thanks for checking out the video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace!